hopefully in other channels soon as well. Now, today's program, definitely want to leave time for lots of Q&A. We did a pretty heavy-duty demo last week, and we shared the kind of refactored design of the site builder last week, which I think has been intuitive enough that we haven't had too many questions. So that was really great to see. People are finding their way around and using logos. So just a rehash for anybody who didn't make it. You can now upload your author logo, and I'm just going to share one today because I came across it and I really appreciated this website. Here we go. Can everybody see my screen?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
How beautiful does this logo look?
Mm.
Really pretty.
Pretty classy, isn't it? And it's very unique. He did a really amazing job telling his life story as an Afghan refugee, learning English and computer skills, becoming an interpreter for the US Special Ops. Incredible life story. And here he is on a Tertulia website, which actually makes this work meaningful when we see these stories come to life and their author websites. So that's what I wanted to share with you today, just to start out. Really nice job with the logo. And that's not everybody's style. I showed you guys last
Good,
week
man.
a cute typewriter. You could have images, iconography. You need any help, you let us know. But wanted to remind everybody that logo is not just about sort of personal branding, but really kind of differentiating your site, giving it a certain kind of aesthetic feel and then coordinating that with your colors. This author has chosen a very kind of spare classic theme and didn't do a
Ooh.
lot of customizing, but I think it really works for him, given that, his book cover is so striking and did a really nice job. Okay. Now, next up on our agenda today, got lots of questions in that you all sent ahead of time that we'll get to. But first, I'm going to turn it over to Ilea to share your screen. Ilea, we have got a little bit of a website glow up we're going to do for author Hank Van Putten. Hank, are you on the call?
Yes.
Hello, Hank. Nice to
Um,
meet you. Nice to see you. Glad you could join us and share your site and your books with us today. And Lee and I are just going to have a little back and forth with Hank and with all of you to talk about his new site and some of the things we can do to really make it to really make him have more original kind of ownership over it, have it come alive, get his messages across. Um, so everybody's seeing Hank's screen. Ilea, what should we do first here? Do we want to work on design?
Yeah, let's do a color switch maybe first. Let's see.
Hank, while she's doing that, could you give us the elevator pitch on what your book is about?
The book is a memoir of my life, starting when I was a child, throughout my time as an educator, and right up through into retirement. Also includes a piece about my family toward the end.
Amazing. Congrats. When did you publish it?
2023.
Okay, great. And did you have an author website before?
I have a website, but not an author website. I was talking with Aaliyah earlier about making that transfer.
Cool. Okay, so when you first onboarded, you chose that pink Poppins color. You're playing around with that, and I see that Ilea is trying out a different look for you. What is the
Mhm.
objective here, guys?
Objective is bright.
Okay. Okay.
Embellishment.
Energy, right.
Yeah.
You want it to pop.
How did he get
Yes.
to this page? I don't know how to use your website. Are we going to get into that or not?
So we can. I'm also about to release a whole bunch of video tutorials that you can go through at your own pace. But for now, what I would say is you log in, you go to authors.tertulia.com, you log in, and again, we can cover that offline or after this demo. But once you are in, this is what you're in your kind of backstage area of managing your content and your design. And over on the left-hand menu, for those of you who are new, you'll see the sort of walkthrough of the different things you can customize: home, books, design, etc.
So you
ILEA,
selected design on the left drop down?
yes, yes. I was just going to say what ILEA selected was design, and those are the global design rules across the whole site. For instance, fonts, background colors. Then, in addition to the global design choices across the whole site, you can play around with individual page design. And I said this last time, I say it again. I really encourage you all to look at the settings on the individual pages because there's really a lot of customization you can do beneath the surface. For instance, lay out your books in a grid instead of a list. Um, Change the order of the different modules on the page and that kind of thing. So
Mm.
Ilea is just showing you here the customized palette, and you can really, I mean, the sky is the limit of trying different colors, deciding whether or not you like them. And if you don't like them, you can easily revert back to the original design you have and start again. So it's kind of foolproof.
I,
Um,
I have a question.
okay.
So I've been working a lot with Aaliyah, and she's awesome. And I'm trying to. This is my. I've been published since 2015. This is my fourth website builder that I've used throughout the years, and it was very super easy to create. But the customizing things I feel like a little bit difficult. I want some of my text to be on the right side, and it looks like there's only left and center. And then in the header area, in the other site builders, I was able to reduce that so it was smaller so that my main thing that I'm trying to get people to look at I could make bigger. And
Mhm.
I'm just wondering, are those not options, or am I just not finding it?
Great question. Thank you, Laura. Yes, Ilea is awesome, and whatever is possible to do on here, she is going to help you all with, as is Angie and our whole team. Okay, I mean, the first thing I'll say, Laura, is that we are building some kind of not trivial things on Tertulia that are coming soon if you weren't here last week. And I will be frank and say that we hear loud and clear that people want more design customization, and we have done that incrementally. But frankly, we have to balance that against some sort of major things that our tech team is building. And
Mhm.
so, no is the answer. We don't have all the things that you want.
Okay.
Are they on our radar? Yes. Not as much the text on the left or right. I think you might be one of the first people to mention that as something you want. And we definitely we record everything
I
that
just
the
want to
authors.
mention why I'm wanting that text on the right is
Sure,
because
yeah.
I have images that I want that are visually striking, and now I've got wording over it. And I want the
Mm,
wording to be, out of the way so that the
discreet.
person's eye goes. Um, I'm
Mm.
a major in fine arts, so I always have a creative, like brain working. And so I feel like it's distracting from my image because I've got text over it. And
Totally understood. That composition is critical. Composition's everything, right? Yeah. Totally understand that. So I guess, yeah, here's what she's showing. Love this. Look at what Ilea did. Look how awesome this TED Talk video looks up here. I love it. And the color, it really pops against the way. This is awesome. But Laura, to your point, I think, when you have a background image and then text on top of it, it needs to A, be legible and B, not detract from the art, right? And so it's hard to do both things. One thing I can share that I have seen people do that's a small hack is they take away the text entirely and just let the image be by itself. And you can do some Photoshop-y type stuff to add the text on top of the image rather than in
that's
the
what I was,
site
my
build.
next thing that I was going to do is I was just going to go back and take my image and add text on top of the image and then put everything back because I feel like that from what I was seeing, that was the only way that I could accomplish that at this point.
Yeah, I appreciate that, Laura. And I know for some people that's harder than for others. It's probably something you're able to do. But of course, we're on call to support that because we really want everybody to be happy with their site and make those investments up front where this is going to live a long life with you and evolve over time. But yes, I think integrating that into the image and uploading it is one option. And then to your question about the header, I get it. You want to get to the call to action quickly, or you want to get to the content above the fold, as they say. No, you cannot shrink it down, but I will say we are very, very mobile optimized. And so we put, the menu options into a hamburger button on mobile and really try to be mindful. Our designers, what they don't want to do is break the mobile experience. So they don't give you all a lot of flexibility in that regard because we need to make sure that we keep that mobile optimization as like tightly, controlled as possible. But of course, over time, we will have more flexibility with the modules and the design. So I think the two things you mentioned, shrinking down the header, some of the other designs you might want to check out where they put the name on the left rather than the center, and they
Yeah,
might.
I switched my one of my themes, and I feel like I like it a little bit better.
Yeah,
Um,
see this third one here, Beleza or Belleza, the third one down, that one has like it almost has the effect of being smaller because it's offset the name on the left and the buttons on the right. So I think that's kind of what I have to offer today in terms of playing around with the header. And of course, the logos. So if you incorporate a logo, you might also
She
feel
did.
like, yeah,
Yeah, she has one
okay,
in.
great. So this
The-
looks great. I really like
Awesome.
this.
Yeah,
And I know that we were doing this
yeah,
quickly. Ilea was doing,
this is
Ilea's a wizard,
yeah,
but what she did, if you could go back to the banner,
yeah.
Ilea, really nice job. She did three things. She uploaded a video just simply by putting the YouTube link in.
Mm.
Then she clicked on the image block above video, or I guess, yeah, above.
Ground.
Oh, there we go. Okay, background. She clicked on background. She could have chosen a color or an image. She chose an image of the TED stage, which I think really works. And as you see, there's an overlay option, black, white, or none, to allow for the text on top to show contrast and make it legible.
Mm. Nice.
I think it's really professional. It looks great. And it gives Hank like another opportunity to say hello by using his image of him as a person on top of his bio photo. That's really nice.
It's
Is there
beautiful.
anything else we want to show here, Ilea?
I did the books banner too. Let me see.
Oh, sweet. Great.
Uh,
Beautiful.
This one took a little more finesse. I took your cover image and put it in Chat GPT and had him remove the words, and then I put it as the background.
oh wow.
And
Wow.
it's the specs are 16 by 9. And so those usually fit well. And then black overlay. And I changed this wording to say purchase your copy. And that's it.
Mm.
Yeah, I think what we're trying to get
Nice.
across here is like we want to
Yeah.
make this easy and as flexible as possible, but
Mm.
sometimes some small tweaks and hacks on the image files can really go a long way. I love what you did with the
Mm.
cover, Ilea.
Thank,
Yeah, it is.
It
Nice.
looks wonderful. It
thank you.
looks very good. I totally agree.
Thank you.
Mm.
She's awesome.
The
Oh,
question is, does Hank like it? Hank, what else do we want to do with your
thank
site?
Yeah, it's coming along nice. We were talking earlier this morning, so this is good to see to begin to move things along.
Nice.
Yeah,
That's
we're
great.
getting this domain transferred now. Okay.
Great. Okay, should we move on, Ilea, or do you want to show us anything else here?
I think that's it.
Awesome. Thank you for doing that. I really like it. Hank, it's looking
Yeah. Thanks,
awesome.
Hank.
Mm.
Excellent. And you know what? That's actually a good, that's maybe a really good follow on. You said you're working on the domain transfer, and I've got a few questions that I'm going to turn to before we go to the chat and the Q&A and allow people to ask their questions and maybe do some screen sharing. I have a question from Melanie Graysmith. Melanie, are you here? Yeah, some people, she may or may not be here. She says, can I create my Tertulia website now and have it go live in late February when my domain name will be able to transfer?
I'm here.
It's,
I'm here.
hey, Melanie, thank you for joining us.
I'm getting ready.
Awesome. Is it because your domain was created in the last 60 days?
No, it's not. It's been like 10 years, but it just had a glitch in it and it wouldn't transfer because I tried to transfer it, but it just fouled it up. So I have to wait for like the end of February.
I see. Yeah, so for everybody's benefit on this call, there's a few things that can happen with domains. One is that the Internet Governance Association, ICANN, only allows you to transfer domains after 60 days from when they are started, created, registered. So that's okay. You can still register in those first 60 days if you point your name servers to Tertulia. And if that's too technical for you, don't sweat it. We got you in the inbox. But if you're on Wix or on a few other domains, that can be an issue you have to wait for. In Melanie's case, that was not the issue then. It's not that she had a 60 days waiting period. It's more that her domain had been locked. And so just want to reassure any new people on the call that you can come to us if you have this issue and you get confused or you started setting up your domain incorrectly or you don't know what to do in the interim. We will extend your trial if you get stuck in the way that Melanie did, no problem. So we can wait until that domain is possible to connect. And we can also, some people I've seen, I don't know if you have any comment on this or Angie, but some people just set up an interim domain while they're waiting. So we can help you with that. We can register it for you. And if you have an annual subscription, it doesn't cost anything the first year. So you could have an interim domain while you're waiting, sending people to it, and then switch it over. Anything you want to add to that, Ilea?
Yeah, the only thing I would say is those people who had the interim domain might keep going back to that one. So we might just set up a redirect or something like that.
Yep, yep. Yeah, the whole topic of redirects, of course, is like another ball of wax, but I'll be always happy to help with that as well. Okay, cool. Then we have Joanne DiMauro. Joanne, are you on the call?
Yes, hi, Linda.
Hello, thank you for joining us. How are you doing today?
Pretty good.
Good. Good to see you again. I recognize you. Okay. I think your question was maybe you have a few. I'm a new author and new to the site. First book going to print February 15th. Congratulations.
Thank you.
When should I launch my site with you? I have a mock-up holding template now. What about a domain name? Do I get that through you or do I need to do that on my own? Let's go through each of these. Okay. Joanne has an ISBN. Now, Joanne, where are you published? Do you have a publisher or are you self-publishing?
I'm self-publishing.
Okay. And are you on Amazon or Spark or both?
I will be, but like I said, it won't really happen until projected February 15th date.
Got it. Okay. So you're just like kind of getting the platform going and okay.
Yeah.
Great. No problem. So what I would recommend you do, I am a huge, strong believer that you should get your website ASAP up.
Okay.
Get your Sebastian, our CEO, was on here last week and he said it so well. He was like, start with your best friends, then start with your family, get them to sign up for your email. You get that flywheel going as soon as possible. Now,
Okay.
what we can do for you, if you want, we can pull it up here. If you'd rather do this asynchronously, that's fine. You got a cover image or no?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, so you upload your cover image, we make it banner coming soon,
Okay,
available
yeah.
February.
Leah did help me with a lot of that. So I
Of
do
course
have
you
that, temporary
did.
trial. Yeah.
Of course you did, yeah. And then on your more technical logistical questions, domains. So you have not yet subscribed to Tertulia, is that correct?
No, yeah, I just have this trial
Sure.
period. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think we could do a better job explaining to some people how it works. Here are the steps. One, start your trial,
Mm-hmm.
customize it, have fun with it, get it to a point you're happy with it. Two, select a subscription plan. Right now, this will change, but right now we have two subscription plans. You can do almost everything with both subscription plans, just one's monthly and one's annual.
Okay.
Annual is a bit cheaper.
Right.
Annual also, if you do not have a domain name, do the annual because you get the first year free. What you're going to do is you're going to subscribe, Joanne. We could even do it later today on a call with you if you want to walk
Okay.
through. It's super easy. You go in, you hit subscribe. You select annual subscription. You check out normal e-commerce experience. You've got a subscription. Your site is, technically like ready to go, but then we
Mm-hmm.
guide you to the domains section. Leah,
Okay.
will you share screens again?
Yes. Let me see.
That'd be awesome. We'll just show you.
Yeah.
Thank you. And we don't have to do this here, but once you're ready,
Mhm.
you go to subscribe and you check out and then go down to
Okay.
domains and settings. Sorry, I said
Mhm.
domains, but now it's under settings and then domains. Then you're going to click, I want to choose a new domain, Joanne, and
Okay.
you're going to choose what it is. Looks like your name is available, so that's pretty
Great.
sweet. And
Hmm.
then you subscribe. And just to be
Okay.
very, very clear, they are two separate subscriptions because sometimes they're on two different timelines, or maybe you want to cancel one and keep the other, whatever. So there are
Hmm.
two different subscriptions. You do, even though it's $0 the first year, you do need to check out and put it on your credit card for auto renew so that next year
Okay.
you don't forget to renew it. And that's it. We register it for you. We also
Okay.
then register it in Google Domain Console so that your site starts getting crawled by Google and is findable. And I think that's those are the steps. Then you hit publish, basically, which is down. It's on the home page in a big button. You don't see it
Oh,
because you're not.
once. Oh, right
Yeah,
there,
yeah,
publish site.
yeah. Oh, there it is. Yeah. Yep. I think does that is that pretty clear, Joanne?
Yes. So basically, you're saying do it now.
I would. I mean, you're
Okay.
less than a month away.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, I would do it. And you know what? You just get used to it. You start like maybe you want to start a blog post the week before, you want to
Uh-huh.
kind of get into the habit of using it and updating it. Yeah,
Okay. All right. Terrific.
absolutely. Yep.
Thank you.
Okay. I'm going to take a question from Andrea Pepanakis on the call. If you could unmute.
Hi,
Hello. Is it Andrea or Andrea?
Andrea.
Andrea, nice to meet you.
Same here. I've been with you, probably close to 7, 8 months now.
Yeah.
Uh,
Amazing.
Very happy, very happy. It's just now that I'm able to join these meetings. I noticed that on my cell phone, the cell phone does not bring me to where I can upload a video when I
Hmm.
try to do it on my cell phone, unless I'm just missing something here. Because I really did like the idea that what Hank did by posting
Hmm.
a video. I thought that was excellent.
Hmm.
But on the cell phone, I don't see the ability to
You
do
know
that.
what?
Mhm.
It's totally possible. It's always possible you encounter a bug or something funky. What I
No,
would
never
recommend,
mind.
are you trying to add it to a custom page or to a banner, Andrea? What are you trying to add it to?
I just the thought just came to me now during this
Hmm.
conversation, so I haven't really thought it through all the way.
Oh, no worries. So what I would tell you on the phone, only one recommendation would be there's a little do you see the YouTube icon?
No.
So it might be in a space, there might be a place where you can't add it. It's just that the
Do,
module doesn't
do
allow
I
it.
go to design, hit design,
Ah, okay. Here, let me back up.
back up?
Actually, you know what, Ilea, will you share screen once again?
With the computer.
You can go back into Joanne's site, yeah, with the Zoom call, and we'll just look at just so that everybody can see.
I'm seeing it on the phone too. It looks a little different, but
Does it? Okay. Okay. Well, we might be able to help you offline, Andrea, but let's just go to
Settings.
the banner or maybe go to custom pages for a minute.
Go to design.
So, okay, so let me back up. The places you can add video are in the content section, not the design section.
Okay, content.
And so when we did Hanks, for instance, we did that in a banner, which I guess that was
So,
yeah,
design.
that
It's a
was
little
design.
confusing. Okay, so you can add it to a book description page. You can add it to a custom page. In your case, Andrea, if you're trying to do what Hank did, you're right. You would go to design. Then you would go to your banner, add banner. We could just temporarily do one. And then go, yep, and then go to banner. And what you're going to see here is the video section. There's text,
okay,
image,
hold on.
video.
All right, let's see. So
And indeed, it may look slightly different on a phone.
go to design. And what did you say? What do I hit under design?
Go to scroll down on the middle navigation and hit banner. Do you see add banner?
Yes.
Great. And then at the top, you'll see there's two kinds of banners, a book
Okay,
banner and a
it's
regular
not,
banner.
it doesn't, okay, add banner. and then it just comes up to add a banner. It doesn't, I'm working off the cell phone, not off of the desktop. It
Yeah.
comes up with to add a banner, but I
Uh-huh.
don't
Do the
see where
top
it
one.
is to add a video.
Do the top banner.
Do
Click
the
the top
top
banner
one?
first.
Yeah,
Okay.
the plain, not the books banner, but just
Oh,
regular
I
banner.
see.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yep.
got it. All right, let me write that down. So design to banner. Okay, and I can only add video where? Which page?
So once you click banner add, then you're in that section, you're going to see text, image, video. And for
Right.
video, you click video and you put in a YouTube link there,
And
that
where
little
will the
field.
video appear on the home page?
It will. It will appear in the banner at the top of the homepage. Later, if you want to move down the banner on the page, you can. But our default is at the top, as you see in Joanne's site here. We're just doing a little kind of dummy mock-up.
Okay. Does it function differently on a desktop?
It may look slightly different, but it doesn't really function differently. It's the
Okay.
same thing in terms of putting in the link.
And then you said I would be able to move the video from the banner further down.
No, yeah, the
No.
banner itself, the whole block. So think of that as like a whole content block, like that
Right.
blue block. If you had the video in there, you
Yeah.
can then move that down and let's show them how to do that. Yep, see active sections, you drag that thing down. You just drag
Okay.
it down the page, which is really nice because some people set up 5 banners on their homepage and they drag them around and they tell a story. I think we saw
Okay.
Phil Cathelson's site last week was a great example of that.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, of course. And I know it's a little hard not sitting in front of the phone, but we're happy to help offline. I'm going to go back to I'm going to get to the Q&A in the chat, but let me just go back to some of the questions I had queued up previously. Um, a lot of people asked about blogging, so let's just take a minute on blogs. Can you blog on the site? This is Susan Key. Susan, are you on the call by chance? That's okay. Um, Yes. How can I gain more traction on my site? Can it be linked to another site? Highly recommend that you have inbound and outbound links. Anywhere you can link to your website from your social profile, your email signature, wherever you can link to it, it helps your SEO. And linking out is also good. Linking to other sites shows Google that you are, kind of high relevance in a sort of community of interest or type of content and part of an important context of like information on the internet. So inbound linking and outbound linking is important. Can you link to another site? Absolutely. I'm not sure if that's what she meant or if she means redirect, but both are possible. And then in terms of blogging, there was a few questions about it. Angel Santos
Yeah,
says, yeah, so you have a few blog posts on your site, and how are you finding the experience?
it's very straightforward. It's very easy to connect and everything, and that's what I like mostly of the Tertulia website. Yeah, I published my book on 2018, but right now is when I'm trying to get more audience and discovering how to attract readers to my book and everything.
Hmm.
It's poetry book, and it is written at the same time both in English and Spanish. For the people
Ah,
who
excelente.
understand Spanish, they understand my message, and the people who speak English understand my message.
Excelente.
It was an enormous work, but it's possible. And now I'm working on my second book.
And Angel, do you have Spanish on your website also?
Yeah, what I do every blog I write it in both
Just
languages.
like the poetry. Excelente.
Yeah,
That's so
yeah.
cool. Awesome. So for any of you all on the call who are you speak other languages than English or you're publishing in other languages, Oh, looks great. Nice job. And I love how you have the Spanish bio at the top. Look at the nice images against the green background. Super
Yeah,
nice job. Yeah, I like that.
I make my own illustrations. My book has illustrations in it, and I made by me too because
Oh, that's so
I,
cool.
I had degrees in fine art too.
I love your cover.
Thank you.
That's really nice. Thank you for sharing that. That's awesome.
All right.
I'm sure that there are limitations around the blog as well. Like for instance, trying to think, one thing that's come up, people have asked, well, can I automatically like pull in my Substack,
Hmm.
integrations? They don't offer that right now. So right now you have to copy paste.
Yeah.
Another would be trying to think, what have people asked about ILEA with blogs? I mean, I think it sort of does the trick. It's straightforward. It highlights the most recent on your homepage, which is great for people coming back. One person asked, how do I edit for errors in my blog post? I don't know if that necessarily means like proofreading or errors like in formatting. If you want to clarify, Sandra, if you're on the call, we can address that. In typing a list in a blog entry, there's an automatic double space after each item, which I would like to change to single space so the entry remains compact and readable. That is possible that that is a limitation with the blog. I would have to look at it. I would always recommend with a blog or a custom page that you copy and paste the text into a Word doc, remove all formatting, and then re put it back into the site to
Hmm.
try again if you're having problems with formatting. And of course, we're always happy to take a look too if you think there's something wrong. Sandra said, proofreading, I dictate, and the spelling needs correction. Yeah, I mean, we don't have AI integrated into these fields yet, Sandra. So, in terms of things like Grammarly or spell check, we are not offering that yet. That's a great idea, certainly something on our roadmap from the beginning, but it hasn't been high enough demand, frankly,
Hello.
yet for us to integrate it.
Hello.
Um, okay, I think we can maybe move on to some other topics, unless anyone has anything else they want to ask about blogs. Let me check on the chat and see. Wow, we've got a lot of messages here. Krishna asked, is it possible to add a link for interviews in the author page with some pictures? And Angie answered, great idea to feature interviews. That's an awesome piece of content. You can link to the interviews from your blog. That's also a great idea. Using custom pages for that is perfect. I will also say, sometimes when people add reviews to their website, they say, "Oh, it got cut off," or it's a huge block of text. Our review section is intended to be a marketing highlight blurb. So if you've got a long review or an essay about your book, wonderful to showcase that, but then you should add a custom page for that. Jermel, you'd like to work with somebody in customizing the site? Sure, you can certainly reach out and we will get on it. Um,
Also, Ernestine has his hand raised.
Okay, let's go to some raised hands. Ernestine, you've been patient. Hello. You
Hello.
want to unmute? Hello.
Um, yeah, I have a couple questions. I first of all, I love. Sorry, I cannot show it because I'm in a different environment. But
No
I
worries.
love your website, and I must give first a huge shout out to the custom servers because I had a huge problem with my email account that was blocked or was not working, and it had to do with the third party. But you guys were awesome. It took me the whole weekend with Google to figure it out, but you guys were fantastic. So kudos to that. I want to first say that. Second of all, I have 9 books on Amazon. So I have all my 9 books now on the website. And the reason I started the website, and maybe other writers have the same problem, one of my passion book, got blocked because of illegal reviews. To be honest, I don't even know what illegal reviews are. So, but unfortunately, it got blocked, and it made me also think I need to have another venue than only Amazon to sell my books on. So that's why the website. So maybe it's a good thing now the website is go. So now, so I and it's nice because I'm from Europe, so I can sell the books, and it was fantastic in Europe now, so people can buy it because I have books by linked to the website. So my other question is there an audio platform that you guys like or use or anybody else in this reader great community use that people can download your ebook as reading as an ebook, but not as a PDF because I don't want to have people download a PDF, but different than Kindle. So is there any
Mhm.
way
Yes.
that you guys recommend or that anybody else has good ideas with so that becomes a custom click that people can also click on that to have it downloaded?
Hmm.
Um,
Yep. Oh, I
possible
have a
other.
lot to say, Ernestine. Let's get into it. Thank you for sharing all that. I'm so glad everything worked out with your email and impressive body of work that you have. A lot of books, so I'm sure there's a lot of complexities to selling directly. And just to quickly, before we get into audio, I will say, I think it's like a fever pitch. It's reaching a fever pitch. How many people ask us, Ilea and Angie, back me up here, where can I sell with you guys instead of Amazon? Or how can I sell besides Amazon? So you're not alone. We're working on it. We're working as hard as we can. And then what our plan is to start rolling out sales of digital products first and then print and physical. In the interim, we do recommend that you go broader distribution if that's available to you. Working through Spark is one option. And it sounds like you've explored a lot of those options, Ernestine. So we don't have to take our time on this call to get into all of those. But as discussed last week, seems like maybe an option for an article or a tutorial video for everyone who wants to sort of understand the playing field relative to channels. And we're happy to give our 2 cents and expertise on that. Audiobooks specifically, there are a lot of different providers. Are you looking to create and then sell the audiobook, Ernestine, or do
No,
you already have it?
the audiobook is already available. So on KDP, yeah, on KDP. So is there
Uh,
another way that you can have it imported in there?
yeah. Have you looked into Spotify?
In which one?
Spotify?
Spotify. I've not looked into that yet. So I
I
can do
would look into Spotify. There are certainly others. And if you could make a note, would you mind making a note, Angie, that we should follow up with Ernestine on some other options? I actually just did an interview for an audio platform last week. So we could write out some notes for you. I would look into Spotify and I would also where you can upload your book for sale and then link to it from your website. And we will also be offering the ability to sell and download audiobooks from
that
Tertulia.
would be
So
awesome. Yeah.
that's coming. That's coming.
And then the same would be kind of for ebooks, because of course ebooks you don't want to give it as a PDF because then people can copy it and so. And I don't want to have only Kindle on there, so I want to have other platforms that you recommend for ebooks as well that you feel works really well with your platform.
Yeah, I have to say, I think that we're going to come out with our first version of this, and there will be a lot of improvements we need to make. And one of those is advising authors on digital rights management or DRM and how they can, which format they should be using for secure, avoiding piracy and that kind of thing. It's a little bit premature right now, Ernestine, because we don't have those downloads yet, but it is coming. I would welcome anybody in the chat to share what their experience is, because you all probably have more to say about this than I do.
I don't use it, but I've heard a lot of authors use BookFunnel, and BookFunnel allows for authors to send, it's not where people can buy it, but authors can send the ebook and it's protected. And you can, if you have Amazon, the reader can get a link and they can upload it. So then it's on their Kindle. They can view it easily. I don't send out a lot of, I always send everybody that I know wants a print copy, so I don't send a lot of ebooks, but I've heard a lot of good things about BookFunnel. But it is a subscription and it does cost some money.
Thank you, Laura. That's very helpful.
I'm not sure if that's the right thing because I think BookFunnel has also to do with so it's more a little bit the same as BookSpy. There you have a subscription that you have your book uploaded and then they have a sales button and that will be the same for ebooks that you have just a sales platform And I know there's digital forms, but I wasn't just sure if there's one that you guys prefer. I can look into it more in digital platforms and then just try it out. If I can connect it to the website, I can just do that and follow up. If it works, then I'll let you guys know.
That sounds good. Yeah, I think ultimately I feel like a broken record, but ultimately we do want to be able to serve that so that it's all in one place and one platform for you
Yeah.
for uploading and selling. And I
Mm.
think in the meantime, we do see people doing a lot of creative hacks, linking to BookFunnel and that kind
Yeah.
of thing. But I would also, for audio, check out Spotify or Nesteen,
Perfect. Thank you
just
so
because
much.
so
I
many
really,
people have it globally.
yeah,
So,
yeah, yeah. Thank you.
yeah, of course. Okay, let's see. We have some more hands raised. Let's see. Anybody with a question before I get into the chat and the questions submitted in advance? Okay. Ramona. Hello, Ramona.
Hi, I just had a quick question. It's also in the chat. If I have a blog, can I give my blog a unique name? So can I change the name from blog to, I would like to change it to Creative Conversations.
Mm. Do you mean the block, like the block banner on the homepage, Ramona?
Yes.
Ah, I mean, I don't think those are labeled. So you could call it whatever you want by editing the text.
Okay.
You should be able to edit all of the texts on those. Are you using a banner or a book banner?
Well, what I do is I go into where you all have blog at the
Okay.
top, and
Okay.
okay, and so I want to change that name from
I'm
simply,
sorry. I'm sorry. I misheard you, Ramona. By the way, I love your picture on your homepage. It's awesome. Um, no, I totally misunderstood. This looks great. The blogs. I think she's asking something other people have asked Ilea, which is, can you name it like Ramona's blog or My
yes.
Daily Reflections or whatever you want to call it? Yeah.
Yeah.
No, no, no.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Cannot. No, not at this time. And if it's really important to you to have a named franchise for your content, you're going to do that through a custom page, which
Yeah.
I see you've already experimented with. So that's great with press and presentations. Nice
Okay. And then
job.
the last quick question about the blog. I'm transferring content from another blog that I have. And so all I have to do is cut and paste. Am I right about that? And
Yeah.
put it in the blog.
Yes. And then click publish here.
Okay. All right. Good. Thanks.
Of course. Thank you. I highly recommend you keep adding those beautiful images to your site. It really works. I know it's a pain. Not all of us, some of us on this call have fine arts degrees, I hear, but not all of us do. And doing your best with all of those AI tools out there and, Canva and open source images, you're just doing a really great job with the imagery. So keep up the good work.
Well, you all have been very helpful. Appreciate it.
I'm so glad. That's awesome. All right, Ramona. Good luck. Um, All right, I don't see a lot of hands raised, so I'm going to go back to the questions submitted in advance. Okay, Gregory. I don't know if Gregory's on the call or not. He says, how can we tell the authenticity of click purchases because they are not showing up on Amazon? Such a great question. I have an answer to this, but does anybody want to share their thoughts?
Wait, what
No.
was the question again?
The question was, how can I know the authenticity of the purchase clicks, he meant to say. And so when you go into your analytics section, you see the usual analytics, which is your site traffic and where it's coming from. But there's also purchase clicks. And of course, authors are always have a lot of questions about purchase clicks. We cannot know. We cannot know whether the click resulted in a conversion. So the authenticity, unfortunately, is not, first of all, there's always conversion drop off from purchase click to actual purchase. And I think what we're seeing is people do see their purchase clicks go up and then they go to KDP and they see well, it's been 30 days and now 60 days, and I'm not seeing this show up in my royalties. And it's just because the purchases may not have happened at the rate that the purchase clicks indicated that they could, right?
Well, I did
So
a
there's
lot of me personally did a lot of research on like, the activity levels and analytics and stuff. And I do the children's book, and what I found out was a lot of people there's a route people take when they're looking through your site. And so like if you compare like them looking through everything, looking about your outs, your about sections and all of that stuff, um, if you start seeing more activity throughout your whole page of the clicks, and then you get a purchase click, that's going to be the one that's more likely to go to a conversion. But even still, most people are just looking through and deciding and then clicking on your link and then checking it out. And so it actually, from what I found out, takes, people, 3, 4, 5 times before they actually make that purchase.
at least April, thanks for that. I mean, April's obviously a sophisticated book marketer here. The old adage, you have to see something 17 times. I think the burden is on the author to bring you back to the site, to give you samples. We talked about this last Friday, which is sharing a sample of the book through an excerpt, giving people an indication of the world building behind the story and unpacking the characters or what's coming next, learning about your writing process and who you are as a writer and creating that personal connection. And I think if you can get people coming back regularly or clicking around the site, even in one session, to consume that information about you and your work, it is going to be much more likely rather than some business card or billboard that just has a cover of your has the image of your cover. So it's a great point. Anything anyone wants to add to that? Okay.
Well,
Okay. I see.
I was just gonna make the comment that I constantly, because I know people are gonna be just like I am. I don't ever get enough information on my analytics. I want more. I want more. So it can be frustrating because you get so excited when you see it, and then you start thinking more questions. But it's really a neat thing, especially like I use ChatGPT a lot to look to help me research that stuff. And if
Mhm.
people take advantage of that as a tool in like what to expect, it's been really helpful in keeping my sanity.
Absolutely. I mean, just start with the basics. Like, what are the best practices when I launch my website? What are 20 content types that are likely to get my readers engaged if my book is about X? 100%. Sometimes, we all need a little bit of a push, and I think that's a great way to go about the research. Thank you. A question from Ken. Hi, Ken. He has recently started changing content and covers of the books. Okay. So going into managed books or book section and changing them, or I guess maybe offline. And Tertulia is auto-detecting my titles through the ISBN. Okay. Some of the books are now withdrawn. How often does Tertulia pull existing titles to verify that they still exist? I can, of course, just delete them. I'm wondering about the automation of Tertulia. Excellent question. I don't think anybody's ever asked us this. Maybe they have. Ken, we're not doing that. We are not real-time checking against Amazon and Ingram Spark after your initial site is created. I think the load time on our servers and on your site could be detrimental, and it is not worth it for us. If this was content that was, books, if you're a publisher and you have a book coming out every week or every month, it would be different, but most authors are not publishing that frequently. So after you set up your initial site, it is on you to curate the books that are in your books section, to deactivate them, delete them, or update them. That may change. When we first launched, we did talk about having a push-pull sort of import where we would go and find the books when they were updated periodically, but made the call not to do that to make sure that our systems stabilized and that we didn't incur problems because we didn't think that that it would be like worth it, so to speak. Can be a very prolific author, and of course, the burden is more on you for authors who write a lot. And we're always here to help if you need some like weeding or you need some help with that, or you can't figure out why one edition is showing and not the other. We've definitely jumped into the site builder to help out in those cases. I hope that answers your question. All right.
And Phil McCall had a question about editing the footers.
Hey,
How accurate
Phil.
are they?
Hey, how are you?
Glad to have you here.
So I'm busy launching a new site, and I noticed that I was able to turn off and turn on the Power by Tertulia, but I wasn't able to add any sort of information in the footer.
You're not wrong.
Okay.
You're not wrong. You're right. No, it's on our list.
Okay.
What would you, can I ask out of curiosity what you'd want to add?
So because it's the institute that I'm founding, I need to put a statement at the bottom. It's required by the state of Florida. I have it other places, but they kind of want it on the homepage. So
Totally
um,
understood. You know what we'll do? I'm sure you can do this better than we can at this point, but we could create a text only banner and put it on the very bottom. I don't know if that would be
yeah, that might work.
doable,
That
but
might
you can
work. Yeah.
center it and sort of hopefully make it as subtle as possible. It's not going to replace having a footer. I get that.
Yeah, I'll try it and see how it works out.
Thank you. Rosemary, we could dive into this question. Rosemary, super impressive, has written 95 books, and she wants to turn her attention to just one and change the website. How do I do this? In short, you will deactivate the 94 books or whichever books that you don't want to show. And deactivating them is just a question of going into books, pull down menu, deactivate, deactivate. You don't have to delete them. You could also choose to not show the books on your homepage. So there is a setting. Leah, do you mind sharing your screen? Could be
Yeah,
anybody's site you have up. Don't sweat trying to find one, but just to show them where.
I have April's up.
Perfect. So go into home, go to design, then go down to home, click on home, and then as you see here, books, you can deactivate books if you want. We won't do that, but you can deactivate that and then just add a books banner for one. That's one option. You can also go back to design. This is really important. Actually, I'm raising my voice again, but this is important. Go to the books section. I think we need to do a better job of showing people that you can um, customize which books show up where. Actually, I'm sorry, go back to the home page and then go to home and then books again. So this is your book section. And then you see where it says show three first books or set custom selection. April's, she's a power user. So she's already done this and she's done a lot of awesome stuff, which is like the cutest website. You're winning like cutest website award ever. It's really adorable. I love it. The whole like world of these characters. But
I'm sorry, I
she's
had to say thank you.
oh, so cute. But it's super, super well done. But she's already figured this out. She's set custom book selection. So just going back to Rosemary's situation, you could just display one, or you could do a banner for one. So that's totally flexible. I hope that answers the
Not
question.
quite.
Oh, okay. Hey, there you are. Hello.
Yes, here I am. The thing is this, the first book, the book that when I saw your advertisement, I scanned the book that I had in my hand, and that was Senior Moment Reset. And that's the one that is the prominent book on my website, but that's not the book that I want to promote. The book that I want to promote is way down, it's someplace
Mm.
else. It's way down
Mhm.
on there. So I need to know how I can get my main book to be the focal.
Yes, yes. What's it called?
It's called Reflections of Precious. My website is rosemaryroth.org.
Okay. Are you seeing Ilia's screen, Rosemary?
No, I'm not.
See if you can toggle on Zoom to hit the part that says like screen sharing. Do you see that?
Screen sharing. Yes.
Okay, great. Do you see it now?
Yes, I'm there now.
Awesome. Okay, what she just did is she went to design, then She went to on the bottom to add a banner on homepage.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Then she hit books banner, which is up where those purple buttons are. There's two types of banners. She chose books banner.
Oh, this
And
one
she,
I just changed the custom.
oh, you just changed custom. I'm sorry. My bad. She changed it to custom, meaning you just want to like blow out reflections of precious on your homepage. That's my
Mm-hmm.
understanding. So she just shows reflections of precious there. Now, that is one way you could do it. You could also do a books banner if you want to kind of create a background or a different color, etc. So you've got options, Rosemary, to make the reflections of precious the most prominent thing on your homepage.
So, okay, am I gonna be able to do it or are you doing it for me? How does that
She's
go?
doing it for you, but you guys can also connect offline if you have some aesthetic, cosmetic design change you want to make, or it's not exactly as you wish. And she could walk you through it. What I want to get across, Rosemary, and to everybody on this call is that the design section, more than ever, I mean, we're just like making some incremental improvements, and you really can just highlight one book if you want of your 90 books, or you can put a color, you can put a background, you could put a video. So you've got the capability to do this. She is doing it for you, but I would encourage you to spend time in the design section and click around, try the banners, and you might find it inspires you to do other things. I like what she's doing right now. She did one book sort of highlight in a banner, and then now she's adding your other books in a grid. You don't have to do that. Maybe you don't want to emphasize those other
Yeah, I
books.
want to do it that way. Yes.
I think it looks awesome. That's great. Yeah, that's really
Okay.
nice.
So how do I get to that page that where she's at? I
Yeah, you go to the editor, you log in, then go to design on the left
Is that at
side.
the very bottom?
No, it's over on the left. You see her cursor under on the left, all the way to the left menu.
It says refresh.
You're looking at your screen, not hers, right?
Oh, okay. Okay. How do I get her screen?
Look in your Zoom client and see if it's set, if you see something, a tab that says Ilea Cole's screen. If you don't see it, we're just going to send you some screenshots to walk you through step by step, Rosemary.
Okay.
And you know what? Why don't we just do it for her and then she can also go change it. We'll show her how to
Oh,
adjust
that'd
it.
be awesome.
Yeah, of course. I mean, it'll get you like at least halfway where you want to go. I think we have time for one more question. Rosemary, we will connect with you, okay?
Yes, thank you.
Thank you.
And
Um,
congratulations to all the authors that are there. Great job,
yes.
guys.
Awesome. Brian Gordon, last question.
Hello, can you hear me?
I can hear you, Brian.
Hey, everybody. Quick question. So my question is, why aren't we able to do bundles? Why can't we bundle? I have a book and I also have a journal, and I want to be able to bundle them both together, but there's not an option for me to be able to do that.
Mm, okay. Two things. By bundle, you want to sell them together?
Correct.
Okay. And when you sell those, where are you currently selling those?
Amazon and on your site. Um,
Okay. So, but when you sell them on Amazon, are the book and the other book, I'm sorry, was it a work? Did you say it was a worksheet,
the
workbook?
journal. Yeah.
Yeah. Are those sold together as one package on Amazon?
No, it's not. That's why I wanted to come to over to Tertulia. I'm sorry, I'm saying that wrong.
No,
Tertulia
that's
to
okay. It's
be
okay.
able to sell them
Tertulia.
together.
Yeah. Um, no, okay, gotcha. All right. Let me clarify, Brian. We are currently not doing sales, transactions, and fulfillment on the author websites. So
Okay.
even if we could bundle it together right now, you couldn't sell it as one item.
Okay.
That can change, but you would have to, like when we start offering sales on the author websites, which is going to be in this year and not at the end of the year, but sometime soon. What you'll need to do, Brian, is probably have one SKU or ISBN or one file even that combines the two, because we would every product that you sell is going to be uploaded as like an individual downloads file. So we can connect offline about it, but I think in the short term, if you want both of those pieces of content sold together, you're going to have to put them into one file.
That makes sense.
Yeah. But I think in the meantime, also, you could list them in a series, I was going to say. So we have a series functionality, which you may have already seen. Um, and you could put them together in the book section under one series and label them
Okay.
as such. Yeah, we're happy to help you offline with that as well.
All right. And my last question would be, is there a way to create a custom page that can take potential customers to another website, like to another landing page?
Yeah, you could do it as a custom page. You could do it as a banner. You could do both. You could link.
Okay.
I mean, there's a lot of places to link. So it kind of depends on
Okay.
what your objective is. But you can
Okay.
certainly link out from here, or you could have, like, let's say you wanted a tab and it's your direct sales publishing on Shopify. I don't know. I'm making it up, but you could
Right.
have a page that's like shop and then link out to it. That would be okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I need. Thank you so
Yeah,
much for your
cool.
time. Appreciate it.
Yeah, yeah, thank you. All right, we did not even get to so many different things, but it is really past our office. We call it office hours, but it's actually office hour. So maybe we're gonna have to do this more often. What do you think, Ilea, Angie? Every day we're gonna have lunch with y'all. Anyway, I agree with Rosemary. Congratulations to all, and especially new people. Thank you for joining us. Don't hesitate to reach out. Good luck with the snowstorm for all of you who are doing some shoveling, whether that's at your computer with your writing, as aforementioned, or in your driveway. And keep the feedback coming. And thanks for being here.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank
Take
you.
care.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
everyone.
Have a great
Thank
weekend.
you.
Bye,
Have
you
a nice
too.
weekend.
Have a good one.
Thanks.
Mhm.
Bye.